Welcome back to Pack Report, and this is going to be a special episode, a special video. We just got Micah fucking Parsons. This is actually insane. I could have never imagined the Packers of all people doing something like this. I don't know which way I want to dive into this video. We're going to go over whatever I can. I'm pretty overwhelmed by this. This is the next day, and I woke up still not even believing this was going to be real. There's so many things to go after, so many angles we could take this, but I'm just going to jump right into it and see what we can go over. So I think we should start with what we gave up. We gave up 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. The 2 first-round picks was pretty much a bare minimum. I expected to give up a minimum 2 first-round picks. I didn't expect Kenny Clark to go, and I really do love Kenny Clark and everything he did for this team, but I think if you were to ask Brian Gutekunst what contract he'd want to get rid of, it probably would have been the Kenny Clark contract, which makes this really interesting because it seemed like they low-key regretted signing Kenny Clark to that extension. Coming off a super bad year where he did have a turf toe, I believe, and had surgery on the offseason, but even the year before that hasn't been that good. He's your most aging player, and he's on a really big deal, so I think getting him off the books is almost a win, almost. Like, if you were to ask Brian what contract you kind of look at and say that's probably the worst one, you'd probably say the Kenny Clark contract. So the fact it's only took 2 picks in Kenny Clark to get this done was honestly really surprising when I saw it. I thought we'd have to give up more. I see some people saying that's a lot, and I mean, it is, but you got Micah Parsons, so I think you take that deal 10 out of 10 times and don't even think about it. I was perfectly fine with the compensation. You guys can let me know down below what you guys thought, but I thought this was kind of a crazy deal because if they opened this up in March before the draft, I think we would got outbid by a lot of teams and we probably wouldn't have landed him. So yeah, that's what we gave up. And I think just talking about that we never make moves like this, it just seems like we're moving in a different direction as a franchise. It kind of seems like that tune is changing with last offseason getting Xavier, Josh Jacobs as our free agent signings we don't make. And then going out and making a trade like this, the Packers don't do stuff like this. And I think if you're a Packers fan, you understand that. Like, we're just an old school franchise that we draft and develop and we care about our draft picks. So the fact that we went out and did this and I can't believe we really did that. I think that's why I really didn't believe this was going to happen when you were hearing this stuff from like that Ricky account and like just other accounts kind of putting out like the Packers are in on Micah, the Packers are in on Micah. As a Packers fan, I got a little bit hyped up like everyone else would when you hear a player like that, but I tried not to get too excited just because if you go off history, you don't think you always just hear the Packers are in on it, but it never ends up happening. The Packers were interested, they didn't pull it off, so I think I just kind of reserved judgment and were like, hey, that would be cool, but it probably won't happen. And the fact they actually pulled this off is fucking ridiculous. Gutekunst is fucking the man for this. I think anytime a player like this becomes available, 31 teams would have been fucking trying to offer for this guy. So the fact that he landed with us, especially after the way that we notoriously beat the Cowboys all the time in the playoffs, the fact that Jerry actually traded him to us is ridiculous. And this dude's about to play next week against the Lions. Like, I think this takes us, I think that's what we can hop into. Just the outlook of this season. Like, this takes us from, I think we had Super Bowl hopes regardless. And I think we thought we were a really good team. And like, those are the, playing in Green Bay, those are the expectations anyways, the playoffs and the Super Bowl. But I think this just puts us in a different tier, like with the Eagles and the best teams in football. Like, we probably just didn't have the name power and the star power to like really compete with those teams. Like, I think we still could have, but like just having a guy like this, an absolute game wrecker on the edge, paired with Rashawn Gary, which we can get into as well. Like, I thought that's who the player was going to be when he got reported 2 first-round picks and a player. I thought it was going to be Gary because Gary's already getting paid like $25 million. The fact that Gary and Parsons are on the edge together, like Gary was a good pass rusher, don't get me wrong, but like he's kind of like if yours your number 1, you're not in a bad spot, but Gary has a number 2. This is probably the best edge duo in the league. I can be biased. You could probably say, I don't even know who would you say? Probably the Texans, Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson. That's the only edge group I can think could even be better in this. But biasly, I'm going to say this is now the best pass rushing unit in the NFL, which is just a complete 360. This went from our weak point of like, are we going to be able to get after the passer or not? Like, I think I have belief in our secondary, so I don't think that will be a problem. But it was like, if they're not getting after the passer and the secondary is not the greatest, how is that going to look? This completely fixes both of those problems, in my opinion. Our secondary is good enough to hold up. Like, they're not going to have to be back there for too long holding up. This pass rush is going to get after with 4, and that's all that Jeff Hafley's been wanting is to get after 4. That's, like, his entire defense is rushing with 4, and, like, we kind of had to stray away from that simulating pressures last year. So the fact that this is, like, a move that's going to let Jeff Hafley run his defense like he wants is a complete reason why they went and did this. And the other part of this is I think this completely sends a message to the locker room. I think this is going to have us ready to roll week 1. Like, this is a type of message that sends the organization, like, we're fucking ready. Like, we're going for it. This sends a message to the locker room, like, oh yeah, we're the youngest team in the NFL. Yeah, that shit's over. We're going to win a Super Bowl now. This is what that move tells the entire locker room, tells the entire organization, tells the league, like, we're going for it in the next 3 to 4 years. And the thing is, I don't think we really gambled our future with this. Like, a lot of people, I've seen that on Twitter a little bit, people being like, oh, well, they got 2-3 years to win it or it's over. We gave around 2 first-round picks. Yeah, that's a lot, and Kenny Clark, but we're still going to be able to draft. Like, notoriously, we don't even really hit on first-rounders. I mean, let's be for real. What are we missing out on? The couple first-rounders we drafted, Lucas Van Ness, Eric Stokes, like, Quay Walker, like, they're decent players, but, like, none of them are Micah Parsons. We really make our money in the later rounds anyway. So the fact that we kept seconds, we're still going to be able to have good drafts. I think people are kind of blowing out proportion that this is just a 3-4 year window. I mean, obviously that's what we're going for, but I don't think we gambled the future for this. I don't think this was a Rams on Matthew Stafford trade. I think that we are going to be set up even to re-bolster in the draft. And I don't think people have that opinion. Maybe you guys do, but that's the way I look at it. I think we are still set and we're still going to be drafting players like normal. The outlook for the year, I think I'll probably drop another prediction video. I did drop one that was a ceiling and floor video, and I think people misconstrued that and thought that was my prediction, because I think a lot of people just saw the first half of the video and thought I was a fucking fake Packers fan and was saying we're going to go like fucking 7 and whatever. But, so yeah, I'll probably drop a real prediction video now with this in mind, because I think this completely changed our season. We are the favorite. We should win the North now. Undoubtedly, we should win the North. And I think at bare minimum, we should go to the NFC Championship. But I'm thinking Super Bowl is in the cards 100%. We can win the Super Bowl this year, and I fully believe that. This just really transforms the Packers team, in my opinion. And I'm trying to think what other way to really talk about this. Like, this is just such an insane trade. You just don't see things like this happen. He did sign a 4-year, $188 million. I guess we can get into that. It was reported 136 guaranteed, but I saw another one of 120. I'm not really sure. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me, but he is getting paid a massive contract. He jumped TJ Watt by $6 million, which I was honestly really surprised about, because it seems like when they reset the market, you're jumping $1 to $2 million. It's never that big of a jump, but he is 26 years old, the prime of his career. I see where David Malgetta, the best agent in fucking all of football, basically, he negotiates all these record-breaking deals, would get that. And I'm not mad at the contract. I think people that are trying to say that we overpaid, ask every NFL GM if they would have done this, and they would say yes. So all the fucking hating ass teams, Bears fans, I fucking see, oh, please, this is Khalil Mack 2.0. No. The Bears had Mitch Trubisky when they got Khalil Mack. We have a much better roster. We are a much better team, a much better coach team than that Bears team when they got Khalil Mack. So I think it's ridiculous to compare this to Khalil Mack. It was kind of similar trade value in that way. So if you want to compare it like that, sure. But to say this is like the Bears getting Khalil Mack, I think is fucking ridiculous. I think we are a much better team and much more ready to win now than that Bears team was. But yeah, he gets the $47 million a year, 136, 120 guaranteed, whatever you want to call it. We'll see the more or the actual contract details come out. So I'm interested to see that. But regardless, it really doesn't matter. And as I'm recording this, it is 9 a.m. in Western time, so he will be introduced later today at like 2:30 Central time in Green Bay. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and probably have a live stream for that or something. I know Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur will report and do interviews and stuff like that today as well. But yeah, I think I pretty much hit on everything. This was really crazy a video to make. I found this out at work, and I literally had to leave work. I was freaking the fuck out. This shit was ridiculous. I can't believe this happened. Let me know what you guys thought down below about this trade. What you guys think is going to happen this year. Do you think we overpaid? Do you think the contract was too much? What does this change for the Packers? I mean, just let me know your thoughts down below. I've been trying to read on Twitter what people are thinking, try to get a better outlook, but I haven't seen really any negative opinions unless I see a Bears logo as their profile picture, and when I see that, I pretty much just swipe away. So let me know from any Packers fans if you guys think any different. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All Packers videos coming all year long, and it's going to be a fun year this year, especially after this Micah trade. So subscribe to stick around. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's Pack Report. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.